Right, welcome to another episode of Knowledge. And this one is a Babylon special. And looking at Nebuchadnezzar the second. And basically what you have this Nebuchadnezzar the second. Like obviously this didn't exist. It's supposed to be 605 BC. That's the Pillars 11. Right? And Nebuchadnezzar, right? The first thing you look at it is the butch. Right? The butch. Which is like the, so think about the butch, then the Nezar, right? The butch leather, right? Because you got the L's, you got the become L's as well, right? So you got the butch leather idea in this, right? Then you've basically got the Ben, which is the son, right? The Ben, right? So this is like, obviously, and the Tsar, which is like the Tsar, who is the king, the leader, the ruler, right? So when you're talking about this Nebuchadnezzar idea, obviously it's totally fake, right? But the other thing about it is it sort of codes and pertains to like present day circumstances, like present day life, right? So this Nebuchadnezzar the second is in actual fact the Prince Charles character, who's about to become the King Charles the third, right? This is basically a code revealing towards that person, right? As you see, Nabu poor Lhasa, there's the poor again, the poor, right? And the lass is Urpool and so on Poland. And obviously Poland was named after the syringe idea. We see here that his father, right, was a lass. The lass idea, and his father was a lass. And this Admiral Marduk thing here, very, very interesting, and this reveals a lot of the code, right? And as you see, again, like the reason why this is the Charles the First, third character, right? Here you have Chad, right? You have Chad, right? And you have Charles Dean, right? Remember how the Prince Charles character's got the Dean, right? The Charles and the Dean, right? And obviously Chad is an African country, right? You see the Chad, right, basically means Charles, short form of Charles, right? You see obviously Chad is in Africa, African country, near Sahara Desert. Look at this type of thing here. Very similar to the tephilims. What the Jewish use, the tephilims on the head. Very interesting indeed, like. The Chaldean idea, right? Again, like of course, a lot of sevens around this. Again, it's just like a traditional type of King James look. In fact, there's a jester hat suggesting it's basically British monarchy idea, right? Of course, 43 years following their 7. And the idea of Egypt and Persia, again, these are Masonic ideas and that. New baby type of idea, say the Neo Babylon, it's the new baby. Like Neo out the Matrix movies and all that, it's like the new baby, who's the, the tea drinker baby. And there's an ass, like the mule basically, how they use the idea of a dumb stubborn mule and stuff like that. So it's all coded towards their own trans program. But obviously Jerusalem, there's a Hof calendar, the Hof is the royal court, right? Nebuchadnezzar's court calendar, the Philip cylinder, of course the Charles, their father or transfather was called the Prince Philip. The cylinder, the cylinder, the syringe. Of course, more sevens all over. Triple sevens and everything. Number 9, like that John Lennon song. So you can see that this is totally coded towards trans program. It's what symbolises the trans program, and basically the British monarchy. Right? Of course, the funny cylinder hat, is to be the day with spikes on the top. It's of course the day with the syringes out there again. And there's the Ichdine, like the Chaldean, the Ichdine, I see. Ike dying again, very interesting with regards to the ideas of dykes. He was the young Black Prince. The original Prince of Wales idea was the Black Prince. Of course, free feathers, like basically like an African type of idea when you get free feathers, like. His crest is actually ostrich feathers. And again, ostrich is native to Africa, just like the lion. It's not here, there's no ostriches in Europe whatsoever. It's native to African countries. Of course, Ost is east, right? Ost rich, so rich is from the east. So a very coded type of name for the bird ostrich. But taking a look at this, right? Ruling for 43 years, the Chaldean dynasty. Some very interesting stuff here. About this Amel Marduk, right? Because this Amel Marduk reveals a lot of code about that Prince of Wales' position. Right? Obviously, Doc is like the Duke, and the Mar is like the Royal Arch, the Ram, the Royal Arch. But as you can see, Amel becomes Owl Marduk, right? And then that becomes evil. So basically, when you have look how similar it is to the Wales idea, right? When you have the Prince of Wales thing, right? I've done a few codes on that one before, how it codes into many things, right? Because it's basically like a good and evil position. Some of the codes becomes like a Christ-like idea, right? And then this code particular becomes an evil idea. So when you have Prince of Wales, it's like Prince of Evil, right? The Prince of Evils. Right? Chris, of course, that Chris idea would be something to do with the tea drinking, oils and all that. See, the Chris is to do with the oils idea, right? So as well as being the Prince of tea drinking, he's the Prince of Evils. That position, Prince of Wales and that. Of course, the Jerusalem idea, like he's getting his coronation oil, blessed in Jerusalem. And seen, and again, right, this goes to the Charles character again, right? Seen by as mostly a builder rather than a warrior, right? Builder of a type of global tea drinking empire, you see. That's what that Prince Charles here has been doing all these years, building up a global trans empire. See? Global trans empire transpired, hence the sort of vampire ideas as well, in the Transylvania, right? And the Nebuchadnezzar's case, the enemies, the Elamites, right? So you basically see how Elamites is males backwards, right? The backwards male idea, which obviously refers to the trans program. The Susa, right? The Suma, like Remus, So all this is like a type of transcoded type of ideas. Parthenon with a TH. And it's when you're Prince of Wales, again, Prince of Wales, like Prince of Meals, backwards Meals, Elam, right? Again, the codes. So when you type in and try and discover it, who discovered the sort of archaeological evidence of this thing, right? It's hard to find any stuff apart from the clear tablets. Supposedly they found clear tablets, right? And the cuneiform, he has this 7 years of insanity idea, right? Lots of sevens around this story, as you would expect, and transforming the city, of course. And that was thing about the cuneiform, the cuneiform, the cunny, the cunny, so the NEBUCHADNEZZAR and the cunny, right? Inscriptions. And the Syria and Palestine, syringe and pool, testosterone pool, syringe and pool, so it's like, it's all coded, right? The Babylonian Chronicle number 5, like that TV series that used to be on Babylon 5. Basically, you see here this idea about 1850, So basically, I would assess that they wrote in this stuff, around about 1900, turn of the sort of 20th century. I mean, they could even have put it in up to about 1930, basically. But well, the sort of past becomes the present, see, and the present becomes the past. So in the day in ancient history, it's basically a prediction of future, see. So we're writing it in with reference to the future that was going to come about. Obviously, they're like monarchs in mind, German/British monarchs, and we're going to call one of them Charles. And when you have Prince of Wales idea, right? This also goes to the Wales idea, where you wheel the wheeling throughout Scripture. You have this wheeling idea, specifically led by women. Right? Again, the butch, ideas, right? There's quite a lot of it. 12 Bible verses. 49 instances of wheeling in the Bible, right? So we're talking about the Prince of Wales. That's what you're talking about. And there's this wailing wall in Jerusalem idea, right? Where obviously they sort of rock back and pray or whatever in front of it. So what are they doing? What are they doing when they're sort of praising this wall? Like, obviously the wall symbolises a separation between naturals and trans, right? So what they're doing when they're sort of praising the wailing idea, that basically the wailing is referring to people's misery and stuff. So they're basically like celebrating the misery of natural people, right? Celebrating the pain and suffering and that type of thing that they've caused to natural people, So that's, can only be described as evil, like. So that's why he's the Prince of Evils, right? Wailing and gnashing of teeth and all his ideas of like hurting people and causing pain and suffering to people, and they're celebrating it. See? Obviously, this William once took over the Prince of Wales position now. And the William has the whale idea in it. See? Western Wall and Temple Mount. Prays for world peace and suffering for naturals. You got this idea what says a lot. Remember how the Nebuchadnezzar figure is supposed to be the great builder of empire. And there's the hammer, symbolising the masonry building and the skull cap. Something that says it all, like, doesn't it, really? And you have Charles Bronson, right? Again, this character was coded to be a servant to the Prince Charles, right? As you see, the butch and the les, the butch les.